Hey guys, how's it going? Today I woke up, had my coffee in the morning. I usually go for Tim's. I get iced coffee. Thank God it's the weekend, so I kind of like slept in and it was pretty good. But yeah, there's just something I want to talk about. Just how easy it is to kind of like sell things on Kijiji now because of AI. Like if you ask ChatGPT to like help you out with the description and stuff like that, dude, it looks fucking phenomenal. Let me tell you. And like it really grabs the people's attention because if it's worded correctly and it's in like the right format, that matters. It's kind of like a resume if you think about it. Like if you hand somebody a resume and it sucks, like they're not going to read it, right? But this is kind of like that, right? If you hand somebody a really properly written out resume, no wording mistakes, it's kind of all making sense, kind of like an essay, right? If you have an essay and it just flows chunk by chunk, you're really going to give off the impression that you know what the fuck you're talking about, number one, and you know how to sell things, and they're going to just kind of want it, right? It's that whole advertising thing. It's kind of like, McDonald's when, you look at the sign, you look at the menu, and, you know, they're selling like delicious looking hamburgers and like the fries, they just look immaculate, right? It's just that it's that imaging they're getting in their head, right? Even if the product, is not as good as what I've worded it out to be, hey, that still's pretty good, right? Like they're still gonna have a better chance of coming to look at it. And I mean, you look at people at McDonald's anyway, they'll just eat that food. I mean, a few of them will be like, hey, this food doesn't look like it's advertised. Yeah, that's obvious. They do a bunch of shit. They like put like fake things on it. Sometimes it's like plastic pieces and like I don't even know. They like glue things together. It is the weirdest thing. Like McDonald's and like these franchises, they like advertise such weird shit that is not even real. Like I don't even understand who the hell even had a mind for that. Like we have to make a delicious hamburger. All right, get the Elmer's glue. We got to get that out here. Got to make a good one. Like it's crazy, right? Anyway, um, another thing I wanted to touch on was I was at Costco the other day and I got these spices, right? They're called Watkins. Watkins spices. They're fucking so good, man. Like I bought a bunch of them because you don't even need a lot of spice, but it's just the flavor from Watkins. Like whatever brand, like that brand is so superior, right? Um, I use like the chili one. There's like pepper, salt, just anything you can think of. Watkins probably has it, and it's so flavorful for food, and like the sodium value is like less or something because I don't even know. Like it's just so good. You just add less of it and you get the same results basically. Costco though, Costco's like kind of a cult. I'll be honest. Like I watched that Papa Meat video about Costco's a cult, and I thought that was just pretty great. Like Papa Meat's an amazing creator on YouTube, and I watch him all the time. He's really good. He's really fun to watch, and he's funny, man. Like he has the Meat Canyon too, and like those animations are really great. Although he kind of doesn't want to do those. Like he said on a video he doesn't want to like do the animations like that as much. Like he still does it, but he's really into like talking about Costco's a cult and like other shit like that, like Goosebumps. And I think it's great, man. He's a really good like storyteller almost, and he just makes a lot of sense, right? But he was saying stuff about Costco, right? And it was just like how the prices, like if it's like a 7, like it's going out of sale, right? Like that's it, man. And or like you have to like watch the numbers or something like that, right? And then there's like fucking caskets. Like he said that like there's no windows on the place. It's basically like a freaking church, right? Like I don't know, man. It's wild. And like there's some people, even me, like I find myself sometimes just drawn to Costco just because the prices may be better and just you can get things in like bulk discounts and like I don't know. You just save so much money by doing that. And then oh yeah, you can get like gold membership with like Costco. So that's a bonus. And if you're spending like a ridiculous amount of money at Costco every so often, right? You're gonna end at the year, like end of the year, you're gonna get like $1,000 back from the rewards card. Like it's bonkers, bro. How much money you actually get back. And then think of this, right? You go for a trip, you spend like $500 because like obviously food has gone up, right? It's expensive these days. And you just go and buy a bunch of food at Costco, like $500. And then it's at the end of the year, right? So you get that little treat. You might be able to get a TV, or like it's so rewarding, you know? Like none of these other places really have one like that. The only other one that I really remember was in Canada here, because that's where I live. Shoppers Drug Mart, right? I'm not sure if that's all around the world. I don't think so, maybe. But Shoppers and Canadian Tire, or no, sorry, it wasn't C Tire. It was Superstore. I think they both had like similar things. Like Superstore and Shoppers had the greatest reward systems I have ever seen in my life. Like it was so insane. You could go and buy a brand new cologne, right? Like you just go get the one you want. And it literally, if it was on sale, it was like 20 times the points, right? You could literally go and get another cologne for free. Like I don't even understand, bro. Like it was wild back then. And then not to mention, like I would do this all the time. I think a lot of people did this. They would just go to Shoppers and just, they had all their colognes out, right? Before COVID. Like this was pre-COVID, right? Nowadays, they kind of lock them behind the thing because like, I don't know, people were kind of sketched out. But before then, I used to like go on dates and I would put on whatever cologne I want, right? Like I would go there and be like, oh, like let's smell a bunch of them. And I don't know, I'd pick like Dior, right? I'd be like, oh wow, like this one's incredible, right? And I would just like wear it, right? And just having that nice selection in front of you just entices you to want to like buy it if you really like it. Or just, it kind of gives you the mentality where like, I can go and choose what I want to choose at Shoppers. And I really liked it. There's actually another thing kind of like that. It was Pizza Hut. Remember back in the day, Pizza Hut? Old Pizza Hut kicked ass, bro. Like old Pizza Hut was the best. I remember as a kid, like I was wrestling with my buddies, right? Like it was like, we were like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old, right? And it was like a birthday parties at Pizza Hut. It was so fun, right? And these pizzas, I'm telling you right now, they took like maybe an hour to even come out, like 45 minutes. And I just remember that it was the best pizza I have ever eaten in my life. And I still stand to that to this day. Like old ass Pizza Hut, when you sat in the restaurant, it kicked ass, man. It was something that nothing else even touches these days. Like not Boston Pizza. Let's say Pizza Hut right now. It's a shell of its former self. You know what I mean? Like it's all dried up and withered. It doesn't even understand what happened to its own self, which is wild. You know, what really made Pizza Hut so special was the fact that it was a family thing, and it was more of a get together. You know, like you sat there and you enjoyed your food and you talked with your family, and it was that waiting period, you know, because it was like you sat there, you talked, but you knew deep down that food, when it came out, it was going to be just phenomenal for you. You took that first bite and you're like, holy crap, this was worth the wait every single time. And then they kind of transformed it to like the buffet style. I remember that. Like I was a little older, like I'd say 12 or 13, so a little bit older. And I remember going camping and like they took us to like Pizza Hut one time, me and my brother. And it was all buffet style. So it was really good still too. Like not as good as like, you know, when I was 6 or 7, but still like phenomenal, right? But as soon as like that stopped happening, I feel like, you know, just the charm of it kind of wore off, and it just goes to show like nothing lasts forever, and everything's got a timer. Like everything in life's got a timer. Like even us as people, we all have, you know, a finite amount of time here on Earth, right? So it's really important to just enjoy what you have at the time that you have it, right? Because you don't know when you won't have it anymore, and that's a tough thing sometimes. People don't understand that, you know, things are like finite. There was this really good restaurant. I'll just never be able to go to it again. It was an East Indian one, and they served like chicken curry, right? And I used to eat it for years. And then the owner, he's just really old now, and he's gone, and I'll never be able to get that chicken curry ever again. So I don't know, just things have a shelf life. Everything does, and you just gotta enjoy every moment, right? Like it's your last. And that's basically what life's all about. Anyway, that's my little story today, and hopefully you guys like it. And like and subscribe, I guess. See ya.